Welcome back to The Ether, the show that disrupts the way you think about running your business. Join me, Brandon, and my co-host, Sean Delaney, the creator of What If, on today's episode. Our goal is to provide context around what we talk about so you have the clarity to cut through the noise and the confidence to grow and run a truly harmonious business. Let's jump in and take the next step to achieving business freedom. Yellow. What's crack-a-lackin', Mr. Sean?
I'll tell you what. I've lost that loving feeling for everything. Hence today's show. Because what better example than us? What are our core values, Brandon? Is one of them the demonstration of the very thing that we're talking about?
It is. And one of them is also about Prince. I don't know if that's the one you were looking for, but
no, Brandon. So today, about us being the model, demonstrating what we're talking about, not just saying it, not just talkity talk like we hear a lot of people out there doing, and then they show up inauthentically without not really playing the game they say they're playing. We try to demonstrate what we're talking about, and it's no good to tell you when we're in a peak state, firing on all cylinders, and you are not. It doesn't do any good for us to talk to you from here as if you should be here without leading you up here to a different state. That would be a crappy thing to do. So today, when you said to me, we're talking value chains, and I said, no, different topic. I don't feel it. And you're like, what about this and this? No, I don't feel it. Not feeling it today. Like so many of our clients, avatars, constituents, friends, family, today we're just not feeling it. And we don't always feel it. As the business leader, as the torchbearer, you wake up and you look at it and go, I'm not picking it up today. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't feel it. I don't want to do it. I don't like it. Boo-hoo, wah, wah, wah. That's what we do. Some of us, at least. Me, when I'm this way. So, I didn't like any topic. And we said, let's just do this topic. Let's show people how you get yourself from this place where you're feeling like this and you're annoyed at everything and you don't want to get there. How do you bring it back? How do we start to bring it back, Brandon? I know how I
question. And that's
why. So for me, why am I kind of cranky? I don't know. It feels like
you just woke up this way.
So let's distill things down to what the essence is. Let's take a moment and say, all right, boo-hoo, wah, wah. Let's put things in perspective. Let's just for a second go, all right, here we are. We're going to do this. We're going to unpack it. That's what we're doing for the next 20 minutes. So let's be present. Nobody's dying. Nobody's getting shot at. Nobody's starving to death. Nobody has a terminal illness. Right here on this moment, in this space. What are we talking about? We're talking about business. Okay, that's fine. We know how to unpack that. We know how to distill things down to the essence. So where are we in reality? Doesn't really matter right now why we're cranky, but where are we? We have tons of opportunities in front of us. Hell, that's the reason I'm kind of cranky, because I don't control any of those opportunities. We have partners in each one of them and circumstances that are beyond our control.
Let's just put a little sticky note around what you just said about you don't control any of those opportunities. We'll circle back to that at the end, but go ahead, proceed.
So it's hard then to get any energy from them. Still an opportunity. It is still a nascent thing. It is an idea. It is a concept. It is a hope. It is a siren song. But there's nothing to celebrate yet. We've done nothing for it. We haven't manifested anything. It's still just there percolating in the ether. We have to just wait. Just wait. Okay. So that, for me, because I know this now about myself, makes me feel like the world is chaos. And so let's come back to the first things, first principles, because what do we do here? We distill things down to the essence. The rest is noise, static, nonsense. What do we know? And what can we rely on? Let's get down to the essence of things. First differentiator for how people look at the world is the world chaotic? Is it against me? It is something I need to struggle against? Is it something that I need to hammer into form? Does it happen to me? Or is the world a benevolent place? A place that supports me, that wants me, that needs me, that loves me, that happens for me and my growth, that obstacles manifest because all expansion in the universe only happens because of polarity. It is the wave motion engine that runs underneath all things. I know this. When I talk to a person like Dr. Zana from Human Op, we feel this and we know this because she channels this energy. She understands that wave motion engine through life. So it's there. We know it's there. We feel it all the places, all the time. You see it everywhere you look. Great. In my heart, I do feel like it is a benevolent place that is happening for me and not against me. So instantly, I'm on the right side of the positive energy equation because I've just said, wait, for me to be cranky and upset, I don't control things, it's going to go south unless I'm manipulating something or creating order, not manipulating. That would be the really, that's the negative side. Negative. That's the not
that is the weak side of your driver.
The weak side of my driver of creating order is, well, I got to manipulate it somehow by orchestrating processes and procedures in order to make the right outcomes happen for the best of everyone. So we're not doing that. We're allowing it to happen because it is not a violent, detracting place. It is a benevolent, positivity, abundance-giving place. Okay, so we know that. So now already that feels better. Because before you were asking me to sing a song, let's do value drivers. Hey, but shut up. What are you talking about? I'm not doing it because I couldn't even, it sounded like dissonance to me because I just wasn't anywhere near being able to hear those positive notes being played. Okay. So we're back on the place that this is happening for us, not against us. All of these things are going to happen. And if they don't happen, we have so many opportunities. We couldn't accept them all if we got them all. We couldn't accept them all if we got them all. We couldn't even accept them all if we got them all. So some of them might not happen. Or they might. We'll figure that out. But it will be for the benefit of all. We know that. So, okay. So
well, pause for a second because this is important because yes, this is about us not having the mojo, which happens to leaders all the time. But the most common response that I see, and I told you this happened with a client literally yesterday, as of this recording, is the common response from people is to basically, I don't even know, bro shake you into just be going harder and doing more. And like, if I were to say to you this morning when I was like, value chains, yes, this is what the people need. And you were like, no. If I were like, Sean, just bro up, man, value chain, we're doing value chains, get jacked up, let's go. What's your response in that context?
You know me. What do you think my response would have been?
You'd say piss all the way off, and you'd hit the little red button and leave this screen.
I would say I wouldn't have said piss. I might have said.
You would have said a stronger word.
I'd have said you can get all the way off my back. And how about this, Brandon? How about this, Brandon? There is no ether. You can go do your own little show. There is no ether. You're not pushing it. Anyway, I would have, some ridiculous, I'm going to take my ball and go home response because I'm telling you the engine is running hot and you're telling me, bro, gas.
Harder. Yes. Do more.
That's dangerous advice and stupid advice. Really, if the person is not, if they have that much friction in the engine to tell them to rev it harder, I'm sure but it's like, I scraped my knee, rub some dirt on it, you're fine. That's 1970s parenting advice.
Like, I still do say that to my kids, just for the record. And shout out to Edwin. Edwin's dropping by to say hi. Edwin loves the topic. Edwin, we love you. Thank you for commenting and participating in the live stream.
Love
so, Okay. So what do we have to do then? Because we understand where we are. We have to acknowledge the fact that we're just not feeling it, and that's okay.
Well, so first thing is first decision, is the world against me or for me? Is it supportive or detractive? Is it helping me or hurting me? And if you say it's hurting me, it's awful, it's violent, scary, then go crawl under a blanket and really think about how you're going to deal with it. Because if that's where you are, and that is the entire universe is showing you right now, who am I to tell you otherwise? You will have to go and sit with it until you realize that at least one thing is good. One thing is good. The very blanket you've crawled under, you have it. Is it comfortable? Yeah, kind of smells like dog. All right, I don't know, but that's great. It's better than no blanket. Right? You will get to a place where there is at least one thing. If not, I mean, we're not a suicide prevention hotline. How deep do you want to go and how awful the world is? We're not talking about that. We're talking about business leaders who just for a minute go, oh, we gotta go live with what? Thank you, James. Let's do it. I don't have it. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. And because we want it to be good, let's just not do that. So what would be good? Everybody is going through at some point this thing that right now I'm going through. So let's walk them through that. We also help them do that. We'll do it live. So now I've already moved up the emotional scale and say, it is positive. I know it's positive. The kids are downstairs having a great time. I love this thing we're building. My business partner is generally tolerable. Maybe not this
That's
morning.
me saying that.
Sure. We have lots of opportunities. Everything always works out. As far as I know, using the power of historical data. When we talk about this, when we talk about analysis, using the power of historical data to prove future results, I believe that I might be immortal. I mean, all evidence shows that nothing can kill me, really. Nothing has. The world has tried. I'm still alive. I don't think I can even be killed. So let's go. All right.
Careful how loud you say that.
This is how, oh, please. This is how data can be used in law school. I'll never forget when the professor once asked me to summarize a case. And I said, well, the court said they're using a lot of statistics here, but you can use statistics to prove anything. 9 out of 10 people know that. That's funny because you can use statistics to prove it. Right, let's just throw numbers around and have them come out however we want, right? True analysis. Let's put a pin in that. The magic of numbers and truth, finding it everywhere, and also how things can be manipulated. Not what we're doing today. Today, we're talking about MOJO. We're getting there, Brandon. We're getting closer to what you wanted to do.
You already got more MOJO than when we started.
We're talking about some order here, some things that we know, things that we believe to be true, things that then align to say that maybe things are rosier than I thought. Maybe I just need a nap. Maybe I just need to put a little order around something because I know my drivers, thanks to the power of human up and their beautiful technology, I know what my drivers are and forces are. We can talk about that in a second if you want. But this is for everybody who doesn't have access to that yet. Again, opportunities, hope. I'm getting whiffs now of hope of things coming together. And I'm thinking about all the people who do love this show, love your show, love all the shows and all the things connected to What If. I have had people ask me more about this symbol in the last couple of weeks than I ever thought would happen in my entire life. We are building a glorious thing here. And yes, while the topic to me seems like, haven't I talked ad nauseum about it? Had we talked today about value chains and the power that they bring to entrepreneurs, I am sure that the right person would have heard it at the right time and would have built some glorious structure that they never had before. They would have gotten a new lens, because it's a different lens, a new lens to look at their business and see truth flowing right through the middle of it, such that with clarity, such that they could never be fooled again by anybody talking process automation and all that jibber jabber that gets thrown around it. They would have seen through it, like Cyclops, the X-Man, burning through all the crap in front of him with his laser vision. They would have seen that value there. That sounds like a good topic. Brandon, I don't know why we aren't talking about value chains today. Quite
And
frankly,
we're back. 14 minutes and 52 seconds. We got him there, folks.
I don't know
He has
why
arrived.
we're not talking about value chains. The value there is exquisite. So, Brandon, please. Was that quick? That probably was quick. It probably was seen very quick. I'm ready to listen to music. I'm ready to get there. That's probably pretty quick. Why? Because we flex this muscle all the time. This is a legitimate feeling I'm feeling right now, by the way.
I know it is because I know you, but can we explain the behind the scenes of what just happened so that
Please
people can
do.
understand? So
Please
this is where the human ops side of things comes in. We are not experts on the technology, but we use it ourselves, and we've been exposed to the assessment. Again, I'll put this
good, even idiots can use it.
exactly. Yes, that's what we're saying. So you don't need to be a quantum physicist to understand this, but what we need to just kind of lay the foundation on is that every human being is unique, like a fingerprint. Our personalities and our makeup is all unique to us. So all of those other personality assessments, DISC, what's that other the Enneagram, the 16 forces or whatever, they're all out there.
Personalities, yeah.
What they do is try to put you in buckets where you're, it's the 80-20 rule that we use. Like it's most of the way there, but it's not the fingerprint of you, right? So when we use this technology with our clients and their teams to understand who we are at our core and who the people working for us are, we know every little detail about them. So that's the baseline, right? Like let's get that established. For you to get the mojo back, we need to understand what drives you, what motivates you. I don't know. You're a little bit, no, I'm just kidding. We do know what drives you. So your two main drivers or motivators are creating order. Remember that post-it we put in this episode before, and optimism. And for anyone listening to this episode or watching the episode, those two things were the common theme of everything you have talked about up until this point. And it took you 14 minutes to get your mojo back. Now, I have one more thing to add to that, but I want to hear your feedback on that so far. How did you go through that?
So it was first going back to the first place that I could see. So using our process of mental distillation to go back to the essence of what is the first fundamental truth that I can find. I do believe that everything happens for us, not against us. So whatever I'm going through right now is a positive motivating force. It's gonna help somebody, whether me or someone else. Now I'm ready to talk about it. Now I'm ready to do something about it. So then how do I construct some kind of order around this? As I'm doing this, let's walk up the chain. That's order. I have a model for how to do it. So then let's start finding other positive things so we can get some gravitational force here. We can get some momentum towards the positive. Not in a manufactured way, not like, oh, and I like bunnies, and bunnies are soft. Like I don't think that's it. I feel like you got to start digging yourself out of the hole that you are in, which is, this sucks. I can't control these things. They're never going to happen. And then you go, wait, they are going to happen. Right?
There it is again.
Order, right?
Order.
So it's like I can trust that the universe has got it. The parts that I'm not laying down the order for, I am laying down order. So when these things happen, they will manifest far faster, further, and funner, because that's what I'm being asked to do. Lay down that ground. We're laying that groundwork down. And I know that these things are going to be huge, and they're going to be so huge. Now we're getting it pumping in the positivity part. They are world changing. That's what made me fall in love with them at the start. Let's get back to there. Not my why. Why do you do everything? Like, start with why, yes, but we don't have to go there. What is my purpose in life? We're talking about here, this right now. What was the problem? Why was I in a pit? Because I couldn't make one or two of these things manifest as fast in my timeline instead of God's timeline. So that delta is imposed by me. I'm the one doing it. Why does it have to be done today? It doesn't have to be done today. God says next week in ways that are better than I could have dreamed. Why do I have to do it today? I do the parts that I can control today, which is bring order to things, produce this show, bring value to everybody in the sound of my voice. At the end of the day, when I look back, those are the things that I'm counting anyway. I don't end every day with a scorecard of saying, did I completely change the fucking world I live in? That is not the scorecard, because I'm going to feel really depressed most of my life. Okay. I'm going to be a sports fan who can only be happy if my team wins the Stanley Cup. Oh, you're going to have a lot of heartache. Why even do it then? How about let's have the scorecard. Was the game awesome? Did I have fun? Did me and my kids laugh? Did we share a great time? Were there some great memories? Oh, and my kid's favorite player got a hat trick. There's far more of those in the world that we can celebrate because that's what the world is. It's the journey, not the destination. So cut the noise. So now this is me coaching me. If it helps anybody else, great. But this is me saying, it's not about that. It's about the journey. And the part that you're building is beautiful. And when it does happen, it's going to be more beautiful and effective and powerful and world changing than it would have been without you touching it. So be happy for your partner. Play those notes. Pick up the torch. Be the front man. And let's go do the thing that we love to do in the way that we love to do it. And so now here we are. And so that is now equal parts of structure and optimism. And I have a platform now to confidently speak to other people to say, it could be that fast. It could have been faster than 14 minutes, only because of the reps, number of times I've done it. Could have been faster, but we were teaching it. You could spend longer with it. Who doesn't need to take? You can't spare an hour for yourself to get yourself supercharged and remotivated, realigned. You can't spare it. We got to grind the engine harder. Well, you're going to burn yourself out eventually. Sometimes you got to stop for a minute and say, am I where I need to be? Because whatever method you use for that, you got to meditate. Cool. You got to sit outside for 20 minutes. Great. You got to use the alter ego effect and flip into a different personality. I don't know how drastic you want to get with it, but there's lots and lots of tools for getting back on track, and they don't have to be woo-woo if that's not your thing, or they can be totally woo-woo if that's your jam. We play in all those places. But that, I think, is what people need to hear, is that the world is probably more for you than against you. And if you can get there, hold on to that and follow it up the chain of good thoughts, and you'll eventually get there.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Well,
Great.
I know,
and we'll talk later.
I know that to be a fact. I just with my faith and belief, I know that God does all things for my good. So the path to get there is not in my timing. What I will say though is, for you to get there is definitely feeding your optimism driver. So for other people, know yourself. The answer to the question, how do you get your mojo back in your business? Know yourself first, because you have to know what drives you. For me to say that, not as big of a driver as it is for you, Sean.
Yeah.
But still important. It's a really important foundation. That's why I said I fully agree with it.
But you see how beautiful. So what's the foundation? Was get back, distill things down to the barest boned root. What do I truly believe? Let's get to the root, the most core belief that I have. And so we went back to like stripping it down just to show people. That's a common one. Everyone will decide whether the world's against me or for me, chaotic or has some inherent order in it. Great. Because then every decision you make after that is every decision you make after that. But then me specifically, I'm feeding my optimism driver because that's my driver. So look what a lot of consultants do. That's how I see the world. That is exactly how I see the world. Now, if I get on the phone with somebody who is nowhere near driven by that same thing, and I start preaching to them, you got to build a little order until you can get the optimism. See what I mean? And it's true every time, all day, every day, every day. And it's going to be true for everybody I say it to. My little cult following will be everybody else with those same drivers. Like, oh, he's a genius. It absolutely works every single time. And people who are nowhere near there are going to say he's a charlatan and a hack. He has no idea what he's talking about. He just makes me angry because they have different drivers. With this technology, we know what those drivers are. We can speak into those drivers and motivators to help people get to where they naturally want to be and should be and want to go. So for you, Brandon, when you're in despair or wherever I
wasn't there, to be fully transparent. I actually came in jacked up. I had amazing client meetings last night and this morning. We got people moving in the right direction. fun fact, we were talking a lot about value chains, which is why I thought it was a timely topic.
Sure.
And teaser for next week's episode, I think we are going to talk about value chains.
We are.
Sean's going to be more prepared and more in the mood. But for me, yeah, when I do get in that space, so my drivers are not even close to yours. So humility is one and perseverance is the other. Meaning for me, I need to not be the focus. That's the humility piece. It's exactly what it sounds like. Be humble, basically. That's what drives me. So to kind of push the what if mission up the hill and not get any credit for it is fantastic. That's exactly what I want. That's what feeds me. So if I can lift Sean up higher and higher and get that question mark, the upside down question mark, here it is. You can see it. It's a little blurry, but it's behind me. If I can get that out to the world and have absolutely no recognition for it, spot on. I'm a happy camper. And the perseverance piece is just continuing to do the work and execute. So not that I need to be told like just do more, do more, do more. I need to know that I'm doing more to elevate a mission that I'm in line with. So what I have to do, the humility piece, I need to be alone. That's for me what recharges me. So if I were to come in and you were to be like, we're talking value chains, and I would be like, no, I'm going to go sit under the blanket. Like you said, that for me would be fantastic. I don't know what alone means. I have 3 little kids. You know that doesn't exist anymore. Maybe I'll get there in 10 years.
Alone.
And the perseverance piece is the continuing to execute on something, do something towards a mission that I support. So if it was, going to support people robbing old women and scamming them, not cool. Like I do not want to persevere with that at all. That would not be a good support of that driver. But if it's anything related to what we're doing right here,
incredible business model.
Yeah. I mean, hey, they make money, right? They're profitable. Those are the things that would recharge me.
Yeah. Yes. We know that now, and we have much quicker access to that. So if you don't, well, I don't know why you shouldn't. We'll be getting you access to that soon. The whole world will have access to it soon. But if you don't have that right now, distill things down to what is the essence of, what is the core of the thing, the core of what I believe. If I don't even know what's wrong with me, and if I know what's wrong with the situation, then what's the core of it? What's the thing that's really the part of it that's troubling me? What is it that I can't do, be, or have as a result of whatever story I'm telling? Because it's all just a story. Nothing is different now than when we came on the show, but I am a completely different person vis-a-vis the rest of my day. So what changed other than how I was thinking about it, the story I was telling around it? If that's all you get out of this show, tell different stories, hey man, we've done our job. So
we done good.
Because we don't have to change the world in every second of the day, and we're not gonna judge ourselves by that ridiculous metric. So hopefully this was good. Brandon, is this the best show we've ever done? I told you it would be.
You did. You said when I hate this and I want nothing to do with it, you're like, this is going to be the best one ever. I promise.
I did. I was just like this. I go, oh my God, fine. We're just going to go and be meta and use me as the example on the fly. And you know what? It's going to be the best damn show we've ever done. I said that. Let's see.
He did. It wasn't recorded, but he did. I thought it was good. Yes, we do good. We do good work here.
Good job.
The message is simple. Know yourself. So go click wherever you're listening. Go click below. You'll get access to the Human Op ULT assessment. And I would recommend, this is just me maybe giving you a little tip, maybe follow us, subscribe. You're going to want to hear about what we're doing in the way of Human Op and growing your business. So
snuggle up against that like button.
Wink, snuggle up against us.
Don't smash. Don't smash a like button. Don't punch the like button. No. Don't kick it in the teeth. And all these.
Just caress it
against that. Snuggle up against that like button and subscribe just by kind of leaning in. That's how we like it.
Give us a snuggle and